send it to him real quick. I start over again.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try to get those yards a safer way.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Running left is Walker. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. You get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. They'll fake it. Now Smith. That's complete to DK Metcalf. Finding room at midfield. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Escaping the pressure right. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
But I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Gino down to throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. They snap it to Smith. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. On 2nd and 9, Smith for the end zone.
Yeah.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Yeah.
Trying the left side with Walker. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Myers' kick is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though. 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone. I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He'll let this go deep for Lazard. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 72 yards. Now Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Packers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead is down to 2. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to give it away. Taken in at the 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Now Gino on first down. He completes this to Walker. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 13. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing again on 2nd down. Smith. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Right at the 40. Out of the gun, Walker with it. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Throwing now is Gino. Pocket in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. 28 yards. And the Seahawks get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. And they are 3 for 3 on two-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On play action. Now Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. It got his man complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Now Rodgers. That's going to be caught. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Robert Tonyan, 29 yards. And the Packers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. Back to Walker on 1st down. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Smith now to throw. They'll roll him out right. He's got a man complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Straight ahead, Walker. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead, That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
That'll do it for us, for Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. And off we go from SoFi Stadium. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. A carry by Henderson to start the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football and getting him on. Gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost getting into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Second down, it's Henderson. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. But, man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's 4th down. They snap it to Stafford. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he is going to have the Rams first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it. But in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. On 1st and 10, Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They can.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Now a first down throw. Stafford eluding the pressure right. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for L.A. 42 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Stafford now to throw. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to it and hold it for just a short gain.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Now it's Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Here's Stafford. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Here we go on 4th. Stafford. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Block it in motion right. First down throw, it's Smith. And Walker has it. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him. Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Slot man moves right. From the 50, it's Smith. Flush to his right. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Throwing again is Smith. Well, that's DK Metcalf running his slant. He's got it. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 38-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Flushed out right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Ernest Jones, the linebacker, with a sack. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. And the slot man goes in motion left. To try again after the sack. Smith going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, 40 yards. And the Seahawks go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make the score 14-0. Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away.
From the end zone, here comes Brandon Powell. And he returns this to the 22.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. A gain there of 21 yards.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
On first down at Stafford. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Stafford's throw here hauled in by Kupp.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Stafford to his number one guy, Kupp, for a Los Angeles first.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now a play fake it at Stafford. And his throw here's incomplete.
When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield, incomplete.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Off of play action, here's Stafford. He'll get this one to Kupp, complete. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard stripe. And he'll try and throw here on the fake. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Geno. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Off of play action. Here's Smith. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Play action. It's Smith. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So it was 4th and 1. They wind up taking the 3, but I'm not sure that offensive unit, judging by the sideline, Charles, was in 100% agreement with the decision.
No, not at all, but the head coach has final call on this. We know that. But let's face it, offenses want to feel like, hey, you believe in us, let us go for it. We'll see if that is a problem for them moving forward in this game.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Stafford. And this one is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
To the air again, Stafford. This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
On 4th down, Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he is going to have the Rams 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. High throw, but the catch is made. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Touchdown, Rams. Matthew Stafford finding Cooper Kupp for the touchdown there. And the Rams get a late score here in the final minute of the 1st half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw.
Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Hey, did you have one of those backyards that you had one of those, like, mats or pits like you have for high jumpers, and you know you had your friends throw the ball and you tried to make the spectacular catches?
I didn't need a mat.
you just did it with the ground?
Absolutely.
That explains your
concrete.
Toughness. That explains your toughness right there, because I think that guy was raised just like you. What a catch.
19 tight.
Smith on first down. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that is incomplete.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
The final shot here before break. Smith. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 40. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway.
Dallas now to return it from his end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll fake it. Now Smith. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Lock it in motion right. On 1st and 10, Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Sam. DK Metcalf with his second touchdown of the night, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. The extra point now coming from Myers. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And can you believe this? It's 2 points the other way on the fumble return. And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. He'll buy some time right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Here's Stafford. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, LA! Cooper Kupp, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Rams are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. So the call's made by Sean McVay. They're going to go for 2. Stafford's going to try and throw for it. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Rams are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Dallas now to return it from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
On first down, it's Smith. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. In motion left, Robinson. After the interception, here's Stafford. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
To throw again on 2nd down, Stafford. And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Rams take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. They'll try and throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jamal Adams. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast.
He's got a man, complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 77 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
It's a squibber picked up around the 27. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. It's a kickoff return score on a squib kick. And the Rams have cut it back within a score. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for two is snuffed out. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Dallas now to return it from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Lockett in motion right. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Smith going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's caught inside the 35. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On 1st down, Smith. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Lockett in motion right. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Smith. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Rolling to his right. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The slot man in motion right. Geno now to throw. And he's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Marquise Goodwin from 8 yards out. And the Seahawks get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and that pushes the lead up to 11. And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the That's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford steps away. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line.
On 1st down, Stafford here. Now that'll be caught by Cup. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 13 yards down to the 13.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
250, 21,
From the red zone now, Stafford. He's got it. It's Higbee. Touchdown Rams. From 13 yards out.
And the Rams are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
So the call's made by Sean McVay. They're going to go for 2. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. He's at the 50. 30. Past the 20. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. And they will not have time to get another play in here.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Gay now set to kick it off. Dallas now to return it from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each ending in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack, or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
Now here's a throw that's complete.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll try for the first with Walker.
And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Slot man moves right. Now Geno on 1st down. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards there on the catch and run. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. The slot man in motion right. Back to the air. Smith on 2nd down. Now look at this. this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It's a gain of 35.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On second and very short, Stafford. That'll be swung out wide here for Henderson. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 12-yard line. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. In motion left, Robinson. On the counter, it's Henderson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. On the tackle that time, Shelby Harris. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
On second down, back to Henderson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Stafford now to throw. And that is incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on fourth down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Slot man moves right. Smith going to throw it. Flush to his right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired, while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. And even 100 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to 1st and goal. Here's Walker. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. 2nd and goal from the 1. Smith now to throw. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. And that touchdown, Charles, with very little time remaining, boy, it just sucked any energy and momentum out of the other sideline.
Yeah, take an incredible comeback in the final minute to bring this one back to even. A great series there offensively. They saw an opportunity to slam the window shut, and they followed through.
Oh, I think the Seahawks got it. They did. It's Seattle football. Well, they just scored, they got the lead, and they decide to keep their foot on the accelerator, so to speak.
Scouting, scouting, scouting. They had to have seen something in their preparation for this game that told them in this situation, if they get the look they like, let's go ahead and go for it anyway. They like being bold.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
Won't be enough, but here's a final chance at the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. A big play coming now for the Rams as they'll go for two. One last throw here for Stafford. And it's incomplete. Was an exercise in futility anyway. It doesn't affect the final outcome, and this one's over. Well, an interesting finish to this one. They get in the end zone at the end of the game. Then they went for two. It wouldn't have mattered. The game was over, but they didn't get that two-point conversion.
I think trying to get the 2 points, that was for pride for them. But obviously the guys on the other side of the ball had some pride too. They stopped the two-point play, even though, as you noted, battle to the end.